Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Tesla. As you probably already know, maybe you don't know, they did their split. I think yesterday it was like $8.91 was the price pretty much. Got back to $9.50 a couple days ago, and right now it's $295.70. So it was 3 for 1 for every one share that you had. You now have 3. You have 2 extras. So if you had 1, now you have 3. But here's a look at what they've done over the past year. It's up actually 25% here in the past 3 months. It's up 42%. And here in the past month, up 12.18%. And here's a look at last week, down 1%. And here's a look at today. It's down a little bit. So I'm almost hoping it drops a little bit more so I can buy some more, get it cheaper, because it's going to go back up eventually. But this is Tesla, ticker TSLA. If you don't know much about Tesla, they're EV, solar, supercharger stations. I've talked about them numerous times. Feel free to pause and go over that information. Founded in 2003, market cap of $927 billion. High today of $302.95, low of $291.63, 52-week high of $414.50, and a low of $206.86. Average volume of 68.21 million, and volume here today of 52 million. Ratings on Tesla right now is a 64% buy, so not too bad. I was kind of shocked at the ratings, and earnings is expected on October 19th after hours. This is an old account, so I transferred everything that I had here to a Schwab account, but I still opened up a new Robinhood account. I just don't show it on the channel right now. So but this could be a good time for employees to exercise stock options, and here's why. As you can see, this is just stated here today. So last year, Tesla, Elon Musk did a poll on Twitter, of course, and asked if he should sell 10% of his stake in the company. His millions of followers overwhelmingly voted yes. The main reason for the sale was that Musk needed a huge amount of cash to pay for the purchase of shares and pay taxes on an employee stock grant he received in 2012. The exercise price was $6.24, which he paid for the stock. His brokerage then sold the shares for over $1,000 each. His timing turned out to be impeccable. He sold near the high in Tesla, which just split 3 for 1 now and sells for $293, or roughly $879 pre-split. Since markets have since dropped, especially for fast-growing tech firms, but he also had the big bill on the sale of the option less the exercise price. Basically, in the eyes of the IRS, he gained over $1,000 gain on each share. So of course he cashed out. I wish we could all say that. So if Musk had waited to sell this year, his gain would have been less. Investors shouldn't let the tax veil wag the dog, but in fact lower the stock prices. There may be some tax advantages for exercising options. And not going to read all of this, so feel free to pause and go over some of that there for yourself. But the scenario, suppose your client has an option to buy 10,000 shares of XYZ Corp for an exercise price of $10 last year. The shares hit $40. Total unrealized gain for exercising the option would be $300,000. As for now, a quarter of your client's options, or 2,500 shares, have vested. However, XYZ Corp stock is now trading at $15. If your client exercises the option on the vested portion, his gain would be $12,500. 15 minus the 10 price multiplied by 2,500 shares. This is known as a bargain element. So kind of interesting information. Moving on here, Tesla here on Microsoft Bing. currently showing it as a buy with a 1-year price target of 316.67. We all know it's going to go back up, so that's why I like to see the price stay low so I can buy more. Yeah, I'm being greedy. So Delaware judge orders Twitter to turn over some data to Musk. A court ruling. This is dated on the 25th. Delaware judge on Thursday ordered Twitter Incorporated to turn over some of the data sought by Elon Musk in the legal battle to end his agreement by the company for $44 billion. According to a court ruling, Twitter must turn over data from 9,000 accounts used in the fourth quarter of 2021 audit of a potential spam or fake accounts on the platform. So if you have any of Twitter shares, go ahead and leave that in the comments. And if you have a Tesla, that would be as nice to know as well, and what your cost basis is. Tesla says California should toughen the EV requirements. As you can see, this is dated here today. California Air Resources Board is set to vote on Thursday to approve regulations that would require all new vehicles sold in the state by 2035 to be either electric or plug-in electric hybrids that could also have gasoline engines. Electric car maker Tesla is selling at a faster route to all electric, but a trade association representing other automakers said the regulations as proposed would present a tough manufacturing challenge. California Governor Newsom first announced the plan to phase out vehicles that run on gasoline by 2035 in September 2020, once the board votes to approve the new rules, which set yearly rising zero-emission vehicle rules starting in 2026. The Biden administration must approve it before it can take effect. California is ahead of the federal vehicles emission rules, which currently only extend to 2026. CARB's new regulation would allow automakers to sell up to 20% plug-in hybrids by 2035. Tesla, which produces only all-electric vehicles, said it in a July 26 filing to CARB that the board should require 100% zero-emission vehicles by 2030 and increase the stringency of the standard by reducing the use of polluting in annual compliance. So, again, this article is kind of interesting, why I'm a long-term hold on a lot of EVs. So they're just doing away with gasoline cars. Day by day, they're going to become less and less. So this is what it's all about with Tesla now. The stock split isn't the only big catalyst for the EV king, analyst says, and this is just out an hour ago. So Tesla's 3-for-1 stock split that kicked in after the close of trading on Wednesday is just one of the many catalysts driving the stock, Crow Wall Street analyst. Brutal showdowns in April-May due to a zero-COVID policy. We are now seeing unprecedented Model Y production in China after factory upgrades, with Musk and Company on a pace to produce over 1 million vehicles, usually out of the key product artery. Demand is not the problem for Tesla, but supply has been and is now clearly on upward trajectory, with China and in the next level Model Y production, with Berlin and Austin ramp its production lines into year end. A friend of mine, I believe, is getting a Y and on a waiting list, and I think until October or November. So the longtime Tesla bull reiterated an outperform rating on Tesla shares and lifted his price target from $360 to $333 as adjusted for the stock split. Tesla stock fell slightly to $293 as of $227 on Thursday and has among the hottest tickers on the Yahoo Finance platform. Another thing the street is assessing is how a bullish maneuver from lawmakers will affect Tesla. I did an article or a video on this article about a $7,500 tax credit. I'll link that in the description as well. A lot of good information in there. Again, Tesla shares slipped to 3-to-1 stock split kicks in. This is 9 hours ago. Right there's a bunch of Teslas. So the 3-for-1 stock split announced by the world's most valuable automaker to woo retail investors took effect. Shares of the electric automaker led by Elon Musk opened at $302 and slipped to $293 in early trading. Tesla's stock split in as many years follows those of other high-growth companies, including Amazon.com. And I did some videos about their splitting, as well as Google, and been buying shares of both of those, and highlight the increasingly need to diversify investor base. Next stock I would like to see is Costco, and then probably Apple after that. So stock splits certainly have a higher appeal to retail investors, makes their options more affordable as well. Chief Market Strategist at B. Riley. Retail investors are a very important cohort for Tesla, and today's stock split is essentially an acknowledgement of that fact. Austin-based Tesla had debuted at $17 in 2010. Wow. If only could have bought some back then. And shares skyrocketed to trade more than $2,000 at their peak, becoming among the highest priced on Wall Street, and making it difficult for small investors to bet on the high growth stock. So if you had any of a Tesla, list your cost bases. That would be interesting. If anybody out there has bought some at $17 in 2010, that'd be quite a heck of a return. And if you sold it at $2,000, that would be interesting to know as well. In August 2020 was the last split. The company decided to split its stock in a 5-for-1 basis. I was going to get in on that 5-for-1 basis. That was back when it just ran up after they announced it, and I kind of stayed away, and breached the $1 trillion in market capitalization in 2021. Stock closed at $891.29 on Wednesday before the 3-for-1 took effect. The EV maker is the 6th company in S&P 500 index to have split its shares this year, according to Howard Silverblatt, Silver Senior Index Analyst. Can't talk today. The company's shares have fallen about 11% since the company announced March plans to increase its number of shares. And there's some more split info that you can pause and read there. Moving on here, Rivian versus Tesla, an income statement and balance sheet showdown. And this is also dated here today. When it comes to electric vehicles, Tesla is head of the class. Over the years, other automakers have entered into the EV space, hoping to profit from the industry, and many have, with the influx of competition. Analysts have been predicting the demise of Tesla's grip on the EV market. However, these predictions have yet to come true. Biggest competitor to Tesla making waves right now is Rivian. Investors love the stock, but it's still working on increasing production capacity and hasn't yet turned a profit as a smaller business. But does that mean you should avoid Rivian stock? I would say no, but don't listen to me. I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. I kind of dabble in all of them, and some more than others, but I kind of like to have a little piece of all of them, so kind of my own ETF, if you will. That'd be an interesting. I think there is an EV ETF out there. If there is, leave that in the comments. Tesla split will struggle to feed $280 billion rally. This is also dated here today. Only 8 NASDAQ 100 companies will have shares priced at more than $500 after Tesla executes the split. And here's kind of a chart. NASDAQ 100 components with shares valued at more than $500. And you can kind of see how that's went up through the years. So after the $200 billion rally, late May, Tesla Incorporated, using a trusted method for fueling further gains. It may not pan out like that, and so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with it. But here's kind of interesting information. The stock performances have suggested this other dependable tactic to boost valuation and losing its potency among the ravages of a bear market. Amazon shares fell more than 10% from when it announced the split the day it became effective, while Alphabet lost 21% between those events. So I wasn't sad at either one of those. I was hoping they would stay down so I can buy some. I have been buying some of both of those, and we'll try to buy some more Tesla here as well. I wish they would have done a 5-for-1 instead of 3-for-1, but you can't get everything, so awaiting a buy signal based off of 10 signals on the 15-minute chart. Waiting buy signal. So if you bought any after the split, you can list that in the comments as well. Currently at 296.07 with a buy rating from 37 analysts to 305. That's not much of a... They're probably still toying with the ratings. This one's always been kind of a crazy ratings anyway, but that is all that I have on Tesla. The last thing I'd like to point out, if you don't have $295, which is better than the $891, almost $900 of what it was, on Robinhood you can do slices. That's what I've done in my other brokerage. On Schwab you can buy slices on there as well. Or if you have $300, you can just buy a share. But if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. And hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, following Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.